There's a verse in Genesis that says Eve was the mother of all living. That single sentence stayed with me for a long time, not because of what it promises, but because of what happens when creation goes wrong. When I wrote the prologue to this book, I didn't start with monsters. I didn't start with violence. I didn't even start with science. I started with consequence. This prologue exists to answer one question. What happens when humans decide they can replace God and call it progress? The world in this story isn't destroyed by chaos. It's destroyed by certainty, by people who believed they were right, by people who believed intelligence was enough, by people who believed they could create life without responsibility. The prologue is not there to explain everything. It's there to warn you. I intentionally wrote this section tightly, breathless, confined, almost claustrophobic, because fear doesn't come from knowing everything. Fear comes from knowing just enough to realize you're too late. The prologue is meant to feel like a message found after the world has already shifted, a voice trying to survive long enough to tell the story, and then silence. People always ask me why her name is Eve, and the answer is simple. Eve represents origin, creation, the beginning of something that cannot be undone. But in this story, Eve isn't nurturing life. She's replacing it. That inversion, creation without soul, intelligence without morality, is the spine of the entire book. I'll be honest, this story also came from a period in my life where I was forced to let go of what I thought was safe, where something I believed in collapsed, where I had to move forward while still carrying the weight of what mattered. That tension between moving on and remembering exists quietly inside this book, especially in the beginning. If you're a writer watching this and wondering how to find ideas like this, here's my advice. Don't chase plots. Chase questions that scare you. And ask, what if we're wrong? What if intelligence isn't wisdom? What if progress has a cost we refuse to see? Then right from the moment after everything breaks, that's where truth lives. The prologue isn't the story, it's the door. Everything that follows exists because of what happens there. In what you step through, there's no going back.